video, Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, thank you for getting up and starting your election day early with us.
Thank you.
So in the name of fairness, 4 minutes each. And we have 4 questions that are from viewers and then from our people here. So I'm going to have Jill start the timer right now. We'll take the first question. Go, Jill. Donna Burke on Facebook wants to know if you could speak directly to an undecided voter before they vote today. What one thing would you say to them? Why are you the right choice without making any negative accusations about your opponent?
Yeah, I think that everybody knows I've been an outsider. I've run against the political insiders in both parties. That's why I had the amazingly enormous district in the Assembly and now running in a congressional district that's shorter. But I am a person who's always been independent. I've been a fighter. I have stood up for my community. I've been a small business owner, a single mom. I also took care of my parents, and we've been fighting to try to really turn this region around. And for the first time in my lifetime, and I've lived across the street from the house I grew up in, I'm actually seeing some progress. Our small business community is lively and vibrant because of the tax cuts, rolling back regulations. I brought historic resources to Rome Lab and to service agencies all around the community, from Utica to Binghamton. So I think that we have an amazing record of achievement. I've passed more bills as a new member in just 2 years than any of my previous members did in their entire terms in the Congress. So I think that as far as when it comes to results versus resistance and promises made and promises kept, I've kept those promises, and we're really in a great spot.
Okay. The next question, this one was from Jason. Do you believe the political climate we are in, that it's necessary to attack an opponent instead of running on your own record? We've seen so many negative ads, and we've gotten the complaints like there are so many negative ads. So what's your take on that?
Well, as sitting here as the biggest underdog in the House of Representatives in the entire nation, right here in Utica, New York, I've had more money spent against me than I've ever had to defend. And so I have had to counter a lot of the terrible things that have been said about me. And I hate to see the negative ads, but unfortunately, I've got to try to tell what my story is, and they're lying about me, just to be honest. I mean, I have stood up for this community against incredible odds, and we try to talk about the positives. I have been the most bipartisan member in the freshman class. Every single piece of legislation I put out is co-sponsored with a Democrat, and a lot of this is the media. We actually do work together well, but I do stand up for my principles, and then we compromise in the end. But I've had 5 pieces of legislation passed into law, signed by the President of the United States, which is unprecedented. And every single one of those pieces of legislation have been joined with a Democratic member. And so we think it's really important to work with all of our Democratic side. And whichever way the House goes, I have great friends on both sides. There are terrific people working on both sides of the aisle. Everyone thinks that we don't get along. We get along, but I advance the principles, and I am a huge advocate for our community. And there's 434 other people in the House of Representatives who are fighting for our resources. We need to keep Rome Lab. We need to grow our economy. We need to continue on the path we're on.
All right, let's get to the next question. Who were you targeting in your campaign effort? It's been said that millennials are a group that, really we wanted to get out to vote this year. How did you target millennials?
Well, first of all, last night we had Donald Trump Jr. in, who's a millennial. He brought with him Kimberly Guilfoyle and Charlie Kirk, who is leading the movement on the conservative side for Turning Point USA. We've also had Eric Trump, Ivanka Trump, and a number of young people working for me. I've been driven around, and all my interns are these young kids. So we've been talking to them about their future and the economy and how great. You've seen our economy just booming. Right, unemployment at historic highs. It's incredible.
It's beautiful, but we want to get to the last questions, right? If elected back to Washington, what's first on your agenda?
We have to continue to fight to cut taxes in our region. We live in the highest tax state in the nation. We've got to fight to cut taxes so we can give some relief to people. We've got to continue to protect Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. Those things are under attack. The last time the Democrats were in control, they put a tax on Social Security, and they raised our Medicare, and they robbed almost $800 billion from it. We're going to preserve those things.
Let you finish that thought.
Yeah.
Perfect. Last question was about mileage, but I'm sure you've put a ton of mileage on while campaigning. Thank you so much, Congresswoman,
Appreciate
for joining
it.
us.
Thanks so
Good
much.
luck in the election.
Good luck.
We'll be back after this.